Hey, hi guys. Welcome, welcome. Let me try to adjust this. Will it not fall over? This camera stand, I'm telling you guys, it is gonna be the worst forever and ever. Hopefully I can get a different one at some point. Okay, so this is like not an ideal setup, so it's like a little bit warped, but it's the most comfortable thing I can do right now. So, yeah, how are you guys doing? Let's see who's here. We have Jalapeno, welcome. Emery, Steph, Sushi Lemon. Hi guys, fandoms, what's up? Having a good night. I mean, it's like in the morning for me. This is like literally the first thing I'm doing today. But I'm doing okay, I'd say. Like, I mean, it could be better maybe. I don't know, but I feel like I'm going to flip over. What? Your art looks so good, thank you. Hello, Halo. Hi, I'm so glad I could catch your stream. Yay, it's good to have you here. Hi, Goldie Honey, Annalise, Gemina, Red Velvet, Tiffany. What's up, everyone? So, okay, I gotta like clean this up a little bit. You can see the messy side of my desk. So you might be able to tell from the title what we're doing today. So I whipped out my good old practice sketchbook again. This sketchbook is for literally making messes, like just messes, and making weird shit to improve my art. So this is like, I guess the exploration sketchbook, you could call it. I don't know. This is like emoji sketchbook, like a really thin and cheap one. It's like, it has, this is not drawing paper. It's not like the most ideal for drawing ever. But in this sketchbook, I only use pencils and color pencils and like ink pens, so it's fine. And this is like, so I'm just gonna tell you guys what's up, basically why I'm doing this again. I have been feeling really out of touch with my art recently, and it's been bugging me, and I feel like I'm just stuck, and I feel like I just haven't been doing enough to improve my art and hone my art skills, I guess. So I'm like, I don't know, I feel like I need to do something. I feel like my lines need to be more um, like springy and bouncy. They need to have more of a flow to them. I need to heckin' learn about perspective because oh boy, I can't do that shit. I need to kind of just get more form into my art, if that makes sense. And that's why I've like picked up doing studies again. Like with my normal sketchbook, I will usually like get really distracted and start drawing like girls with demon horns, which is something I draw like all the time. So it's time to change that. That's why I'm whipping out this sketchbook so there's no getting distracted. So I can show you guys what I did yesterday. I did a couple of practice thingies just to what another thing that really annoys me, okay? I always draw, like from when I use a reference, I tend to draw what I think that I see and not what I actually see, and it is literally the worst. So I did some contour drawings of just myself, like I look at myself in the mirror. These look really ugly, but this is a good practice for like actually following the shapes that you see instead of like relying on your muscle memory and what you think that you see. So I drew some really weird stuff and like an alien. This is kind of like a warped drawing. I did all this just looking into a mirror. So yeah. Your art studies look great. Thank you, Goldie. I mean, they're for practice, so when there's like really ugly stuff, it doesn't really matter, but I'm glad you like it. I don't have a sketchbook right now. Do you guys recommend any? My preferred size is A4 and I use mixed media. Oh, I have like, do I have it here? I don't. I can post maybe. I have like an A4 sketchbook by what brand is it? Is it Canson? I'm not sure. It's like a soft cover, but it's pretty good for like mixed media. I can never draw good eyes. I mean, eyes are pretty I mean, they're not the most complex. It's basically you have a sphere, and then you have like, your kind of. That's how I like to break it down. You have like your sphere, and then you have like these kind of, I guess, imagine they're like pieces of cloth and they kind of fold over your eye like this, and you have to like keep in mind that the eye is like a round shape, of course, and then this will like create the crease here, and then you have like your other piece of cloth kind of going around here, and this part here that is kind of overlapping, that's where the tear duct will go. And then you have your iris, which is usually not completely visible. It would be like, yeah, it will be like covered up by the upper or lower eyelid. I mean, if you like really like open your eye and look like a crazy person, it will kind of not be shown, but this is usually what it looks like. And then you have like your pupil, which is always like right in the center, and that obviously can also change its size, but that's how I like to break it down. And I could never draw the head good. Head is so complex. My sketchbook is all for ugly stuff. I just assume no one's going to see it. Yeah, I mean, the thing is with my sketchbook, I also do studies in it. Like, this is my regular sketchbook, and I've done a bunch of studies in it as well. And it's not like I can't do this kind of stuff in it, but as you can tell, I also do a lot of like contour drawings and stuff that takes up a lot of space. That is just like really like slap it on the page kind of stuff. And like the sketchbook I'm using right now is a little bit expensive, and I would like to use it for a bit more stuff where I can, I don't know, like I don't want to just I guess scribble the pages away, which is what I'm doing with this sketchbook. This is for like really quick study stuff where I'm just like, okay, I'm just gonna like fill up a page and I don't have to feel like bad. Like, what do you mean? Like, don't have to feel like bad about wasting a page in that more expensive sketchbook. I don't mind like doing studies in it, but I don't know, that's just how I feel when I do this kind of stuff, so that's why I have a separate sketchbook. It works for me, so yeah. That was a really long TED Talk. Welcome to my TED Talk. I haven't even started drawing yet. I just tried to get my sketchbook after I got this notification. Yeah! I really need one of those practice sketchbooks. I feel like 50% is just messy garbage that isn't even remotely aesthetic, and then the other half is kind of refined stuff. I mean, your sketchbook doesn't have to be anything, and in my older sketchbooks I used to like put both into one, but since I started like trying out sketchbooks that are a bit more expensive because I want to get like ones with paper that I can really rely on, sometimes I feel like it's a little bit of a waste to fill entire pages with just stuff like this, because I can also do this in this kind of paper, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's just what I do. This is a study I did with referencing my own face yesterday. It doesn't really look like me, which kind of shows that I still rely a bit too much on my like muscle memory. I was just like tapping my head like but you can't see my face. But yeah, it's just like, I mean, I got like the general shapes and stuff, they're okay. It was also like kind of about the angle that I took the photo at that I was drawing and stuff, but yeah. This is also like a really quick one, so of course I'm not going to be able to like completely accurately capture what I was seeing, but yeah. What I do is get a cheap sketchbook and I exercise my hand by drawing circles, eyeballs, bodies, etc. Yeah, like motoric skills are extremely important for art. Like the thing is, one of my favorite artists, who is like, I think she's really, really cool. Most of you probably don't know her because she's German, but she said one thing, like, if you're in front of a blank piece of paper and someone tells you to draw a circle and you're like, okay, crap, I need to get this circle right because it's a freaking circle, I'm gonna start my drawing with this. If you're already struggling with drawing a round circle without like making it shaky or without having it look kind of crappy, how are you gonna attempt to draw an entire face that is much more complex? So it's really important to hone your skills and like being very confident in the lines that you make as well. Okay, gotta catch up with the chat. I really want to like make some studies today, so I should probably like catch up with this. Okay, so Goldie Honey says, I really want to grow a following on YouTube, but I don't know how to do that. Can you give me some tips? For me, it also just kind of happened, so I guess I'm not, I don't know, I feel like you kind of need to be a little bit lucky and consistently just make content, you know? Just consistently make videos that you would enjoy watching as well. I think it's really a good thing if you would like if you watch your own videos that you make, if you would enjoy watching that as well, if you found them on YouTube, then I think that's good. Hi Missy, welcome. That's very smart, actually. Yeah, I mean, she's a genius, or like actually, I think she just studied really hard, and it's just a really, I guess, smart saying that I kind of like try to remember because I'm like, okay, yeah, break it down because if you can't even draw the simple part, then you should probably go back to studying a bit more. When I don't like a page in my sketchbook, I paste a pink sheet on it and make it a study spread. Oh, and with a pink sheet, that sounds really fun. I kind of want to do that now. I just want to draw on pink paper. Do I have any pink paper? Pink paper. I think I do not have any. Man, I want to go out and buy pink paper now. That sounds so fun. You're so smart. I subscribed. Unsubscribe just so I can subscribe again. Oh my god, Tiffany. Thank you. Oh my god. Do you need to have a more unique process to be successful, like how you are? Like unique process in drawing? I don't feel like my drawing process is particularly unique. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I just wing it like most people who like study by themselves and like try to improve their art by themselves without I don't know, going to classes and stuff. But your art is AAA. Oh my god. Okay. Alright, too much distraction. I already got my reference up and I should probably get drawing. So today I'm trying to draw a sculpture, which actually I can drop the link or like the picture to it on the Discord. So I'm going to, so you can like draw along with me if you want to. And for this photo that I'm referencing right now, I thought the shapes were really, really interesting. And like the lighting and stuff, I felt like this was a very, very interesting reference because there was a lot to take from it. So I shall draw this today. And if you want to draw along with me, join the Discord and check out the references section. Okay. Sometimes I make collages out of the Quality Street chocolate wrappers and any other material I could use that usually lies around the house. I can only think of like wrappers right now. I don't know, if you have a garden, you can like get out and get some leaves or something. 5 p.m. here. Okay. So yeah, we're just gonna start. So I guess have you guys been doing like any art studying as well, or trying to, I don't know, what have you guys been up to in terms of art maybe? Because I know with everyone staying at home, there's not a lot you can do, I guess. I need to be careful to kind of not mess up the perspective on this dude. It's like kind of weird. Like so, kind of. I've been trying to also use guidelines for like getting the perspective right a little bit. I use squares to kind of give myself an idea of the shape. It's not always working out really well, but you know, what can you do? I drew Toilet Paper Goddess yesterday. I saw that, Stella, and I stan, and I really want to draw a toilet paper girl again. I've been drawing while you were talking. I talk too much on the streams. I don't draw enough, and I talk too much. Art tip number 1 from Grandma Bean. Always warm up before doing a final piece of artwork or even doodling. Always do your warm-up lines, because how are you going to expect your poor hand and arm, always from your shoulder, to work like a perfect drawing tool if you haven't drawn all day? Like, how are you expect you're gonna do the splits if you haven't warmed up? How are you expect to do any math if you don't have your calculator? Okay, no. I can't even do math even when I warm up. But yeah, I think you guys get what I mean. You've been trying to draw ball people so I can get the shape of the head down. What's also really useful is to learn how to draw a skull. And like kind of understand the shapes, because oh boy, that has helped me a lot. Okay, so I'm gonna try to draw this in here, kind of just the eye socket. I'm kind of like going after the skull as well. I'm thinking about what the skull looks like while attempting to draw this. So I'm kind of blocking in the rough shapes here. Kind of trying to follow the perspective because I realize my drawing's always so out of perspective when I draw like 3/4 profiles. It's big brain time. Yeah. Big brain time, my dudes. Art block is so fun. Oh my god. If you have art block, do some studies because you ain't need no creative brain for that. Your nails match your pencil. My pencil is holographic, so any kind of color would match. I need to turn on the light so you can maybe see it better. I don't know if you can see that better, but it's a holographic pencil. Yay. my nail color is kind of chipping and I'm really sad about it. I've been feeling so much pressure in my most recent sketchbook because many people are requesting a tour and I know I should just do it, but the pressure I'm making art I don't like. You know, if you feel that pressure, then don't do a sketchbook tour. Just keep your sketchbook for yourself and maybe you can go in with a mindset like, okay, nobody has to see this, you know? You can also think about doing a tour when you finish the sketchbook, you know? I think the most important thing is that you feel comfortable working in your sketchbook, so don't worry about it too much. Well, guess what I'm working on? Surprise, surprise, my comic yet again. Oh my god, Stella, who would have guessed? Art tip 2 from Grandma Biscuit. Oh, here you go again. Always use a light hand when laying on your drawing. If you use harsh lines, it's gonna be difficult to erase. And you can make marks in the paper. And what did the poor paper ever do to us to deserve all that harshness? I feel like my sketchbook isn't full enough, even though the pages are full of tons of sketchbooks. It's so empty with no coloring. If you want to use color, just slap some in the background or something. If you don't have space, that's what I like to do. I think it's really fun because I love just smacking color down. So like always put color in the background because I really enjoy it. It's like therapeutic. Most of the time I draw people from facing the front. I'm struggling with making their heads turn to the side. Any tips? Take some pictures of yourself and try to draw that and study the human skull so you like kind of understand the parts below it, because when like the skin is over the skull, it like makes all the edges really round and you know, the facial features are quite soft in comparison to the ones of the skull because the skull has a lot of more like harsh shapes. So that could really help you kind of understand how it works, and then you can break it down into very rough shapes, and then it will be easier, and it will also help you with your front-facing portraits. It will help you with everything. I mean, the thing is, it's easy to forget, but we actually have the most perfect art tool for drawing people at our disposal, and it's literally yourself. Like, take pictures of yourself, and you can get any reference you need, basically. I mean, not everything, but a lot of stuff. I heard my young siblings to help me with poses and stuff. Yeah. I mean, my sister doesn't really want to do that stuff, so I just like make videos and of myself like moving around to get dynamic poses, and then I like stop them and take screenshots. So my camera roll is full of really weird pictures of myself. So that's why I never let people watch or like look into my camera roll on my phone, because they're gonna be like, oh my god, what the heck are you doing? How much do you pay for hiring people to take pictures of? No matter how many times I change my style, always draw big eyebrows and eye bags. I mean, I guess then that's kind of what's like engraved in your muscle memory. I'm drawing so slow. Oh my god, guys, I need to hurry up. I do that a lot with using myself as a ref, and it helps me a lot. Yeah, it's great. Actually, I think that's probably also why I draw noses the way I draw them, because this is like pretty much what my nose looks like, and I've referenced my own face so much that I always like draw my own nose. It's kind of weird. I also draw like droopy eyes because I have like hooded eyelids. So that's kind of probably why I draw like my eyelids that way. It's kind of weird. Okay, maybe I'm going to draw that in here. Should I zoom in so you can see what I'm drawing better? That would probably be a smart idea. Okay, cool. Further. Maybe a little less. I don't know, you guys tell me. My mom goes to my camera roll and she's just a bunch of pics of me and my child. Oh my god. The cats. When people end up with big noses because I also use my own nose. Yeah, poses are much more relaxed when you take like moving pictures. Like one time I wanted to draw like kind of a sword fighting scene, and I have these Chinese calligraphy brushes here, and they're just for display. I don't use them to paint because they're kind of just like decor in my room. But I didn't have anything sword-like, and that was like the biggest brush was like the longest thing I had. So I just took that and jumped from a table down multiple times to get like a jumping and like slashing with a sword kind of pose, and it was the video was the most like the weirdest thing. If someone uploaded that to YouTube without a context, it would be like one of those videos. Like send this to someone you don't know with no context, and it's just like what the heck is going on. I draw anime noses, like a little mark and a dot, and done. Yeah, a lot of people like to stylize it like that, and I think that's like a good thing if you're able to stylize. But I think one thing that a lot of people forget who are like maybe starting out with art or who are just like trying to draw their stuff really stylized is that they forget to like why they draw it that way. Why can you draw an anime nose in the way that you draw it? Like why can you like if you like why could you do this and it would get away as a nose if you were drawing like a really simplified anime, you know? Anime kind of character. And you need to get an understanding of what real life looks like, because that's what that is based on. And that's like when you I'm so bad at explaining, but when you get an understanding of that, then you will be able to draw it better, and not like just because that's how you've seen it in other art. Like if you understand it, you will be able to stylize it better. The only way to truly like make good stylized art is if you understand what reality looks like. Reality can be kind of boring, but it can also be very interesting to study. So I just like, for anyone here who wants to draw like stylized art and who's like, I don't know what to do because it looks weird, just study reality and try to adapt that to your stylized art, because it will help you kind of understand how to do it. Because how are you gonna like draw something that is reality simplified or abstracted if you can't even draw reality? You know, it's the same thing with the circle. How are you gonna draw a whole full face if you can't even draw a circle? So yeah, hi. Art hacks, I guess, or not really hacks, just like art wisdom. Okay, so I need to kind of, for this has like really harsh shadows, so I'm just gonna anyone else likes TOG? Like, what is TOG? If you tell me the full name of that, I might be able to think of it, but I can only I can't find anything in my brain library right now that is T of G or something. Okay, let me try to kind of get that shape here. Hey, Esmeralda, welcome. He has this like kind of weird bandana thing going on. Throne of Glass. Oh, Throne of Glass. I haven't read that. I wanted to read it. Is it written by Sarah J. Maas? Because I feel like it is. Or maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. It's a book series. Yeah. I have that on my to read list. Because a lot of people liked it, but a lot of people also didn't. So I don't know. Okay, so he got some crazy like cheekbones going on here. I've only read the first book. Okay, there's like she wrote another series. Like what is it, like A Court of Thorns and Roses and A Court of what is it, like Mist and Fury. Yeah, I know a lot of people I know really hated that series, so I didn't read it. But I wanted to read Throne of Glass at some point. Hi Bia, what's up? Okay, so I'm gonna try to kind of do this. Also, like another thing, I'm just gonna like share some of my enlightenments that I have gained recently with you guys. So one thing I have realized is that having harsh edges in your drawings, like sometimes you might feel like, oh, if I like blend this out, it will look more smooth and more realistic. But actually having harsh edges in something makes it so much more shapely and like you can clearly see the shapes in the work. That's why I love references with like harsh shadows as well. It just looks like if you try not to blend all the harshness out of your reference, if you draw it, it will make your drawing more shapely. I don't know. That's just because you can clearly distinguish stuff a bit more, and that's why it's important not to like overblend, because I used to be one of those people who are like, oh my god, everything needs to be baby bottom smooth when I draw. How long does it take you per drawing on average? That depends on what I'm drawing, what medium I'm using, how large it is. It can really like depend, because I have like paintings on canvas that I work on for multiple days or weeks. Always like sometimes I don't draw for a couple of days on that piece or like paint it, but and some pieces I can whip out in a day. On some I work like 10 hours or 2 hours, or it really depends. How long have you been drawing for? This is the ever returning question. I have been drawing, like I've always enjoyed drawing since I have any recollection of my existence. I have been drawing. Like in kindergarten and everywhere, but I guess I started taking drawing seriously around 2016 when I used my first proper like sketchbook and filled it up. That's when I like got serious, my dude. I just draw circles, but like it that way though. I mean, circles are, you draw lines for eyebrows. Oh, for eyebrows. I mean, I used to, oh god, some of the stuff I used to draw, like how I used to draw it, not pleasant at all. Okay. Do you guys know Kim Young-ji, that like really famous Korean artist? I mean, I think most of you have probably heard of him because he's a freaking legend. This guy I watched one of his interviews yesterday and I literally cried. Like, it brought me to tears what he like said. I don't know. This dude is just so inspiring and I can't even. Oh gosh. He draws so fast, yeah. The thing that I am really impressed by is not even like this. I mean, the speed is crazy as well, but what I am just so in awe of is like his way of like capturing. Like he has a crazy memory, I think, and he draws like all day. He draws all the time, and he just has such an amazing visual library in his brain. It's incredible, and I could only ever like dream of having that much stuff in my brain to draw. Like, it's crazy. Some dumb beginner, not really beginner questions. No questions are dumb except if you really like don't think about them at all before asking, but hit me with them. Hit me with the questions. Kyunji's crazy. Yeah, I mean, that man. I'm amazed, and I can only dream of like also owning one of his art books. That would just make my life so amazing. I really want to own one of his books. But that would probably mean that I would stop drawing and just looking at that book all day, so maybe it's not that good. I hope these kind of like study streams are not boring for you guys, because I know it's like not the most interesting subject matter that I'm drawing, but I can't help it. It's part of the drawing too. Except if your question is the earth flat, then yeah, I think you gotta go if you ask that. Oof, shade. Congrats on hitting 10K. Thank you, Lavina. It's crazy. I'm still prepping for my 10K special, but I think you guys are gonna like it. So yeah, I'm scared that it will be 11K before I can do that, but you know what? Who really cares, right? I think they're cool. Thank you. So it's like me. I asked something that I'm like, what did I just ask? So fun. Okay. Cool. Glad you guys don't mind me just sitting here. 10.5K. Actually, it's so fast. I can't even. Can't wait for the special. You've earned it. Oh my god. Thank you. How do you become more confident in art? Doing this. Just doing this. It's the way that I gained my confidence, I guess, in actually having like a little bit of a knowledge about what I'm actually drawing. I mean, I still don't know enough at all. It's still, you know, I still have so much to learn, and I will never have learned enough. Like, you can never stop learning with art and stuff, because reality is just too much. There's so much you can, wisdom you can acquire. But I think, like, studying, especially like the human body, which is like the thing that I mainly draw, especially drawing stuff like that has just helped me so much in getting more confident in my art and improving my work. What is your favorite medium? It will probably be watercolor forever. I like these types of streaming along with your gaming ones. I always sketch along with you. I've become a gaming channel since Animal Crossing, I'm telling you. I want to make everyone starting out with art to feel supported and included in a community of alike people who they can go to ask art questions and have fun with. Also want to share my art too. Yeah! That's really awesome. Always making accounts to share my art, but I'm not confident enough, so I never post anything. I don't know, I'm trying to think of when I started posting art online. Was it like 2013, 2014, something like that? I think my first ever post online of my art was like a crappy drawing of an eye I made. And the thing is, I didn't have a lot of followers ever until like maybe 2 years ago. So no one ever even saw my stuff, which is cool. So I could just post everything and like improve my art without like being flamed or something. I don't know. I feel like nobody would have really hate. Okay, see, I don't even. My thoughts are just all over the place. I think if you really want to post your art, then just do it, because if there's someone who tells you, oh, your art is shit, then that person is shit, because everyone has to start out somewhere. No matter what stage you're in, you can always improve. And yeah, so I mean, it can be hard to like think about it that way, but I think if you really want to do it, then just do it, and don't let yourself get stopped by stupid people out there. And there's not that many of them anyway. Most people are really like sweet and stuff, especially in the art community. You're drawing Melody Martinez fan art? Rachel, I like you. um, I'm poor, so I can't afford good drawing pencils. Is there a specific pencil you would recommend me? I literally just use like any kind of pencil that I have lying around, like my school supply pencils. Like pencils, they're all pretty much okay. Like HB, I think is a good one. I stopped drawing for 2 years, so I guess I'm kind of new to art. That's totally cool. Um, Reality is an illusion. The universe is a hologram. I post art online, but it's never tagged. Getting attention makes me nervous, so the idea of someone expecting things from me outside of friends, it feels weird. If that's how you roll, then that's totally cool. Are you a very creative person? You are a very creative person. Keep going, don't stop. No worries. I'm not planning on doing that ever in my entire life. Thanks so much for the kind words. That was just like brain explosion of just me like rambling. But I'm glad it was maybe a little bit helpful. Also, if anyone's curious, all non-essential business stores are throwing out their stuff, so remember the Ulta dumpster driving is crazy. That now applies to all. Oh my god. Not happening here. Are you using a normal pencil because your shading looks good? You can do this kind of stuff with any kind of pencil. This is a really cheap pencil. It's not a pencil for drawing or anything. It's just a normal stationary school supply pencil that I picked up at a store to get school supplies. So yeah. For pencils, I mean, for some art supplies, that might be true that you can get better results with better supplies. That definitely applies to some things. But if you see stuff like this, the shading and I guess it's not really the shading, it's more like the form. It really comes along with your understanding of how things look and with getting more comfortable with working with a pencil, so it's all just practice, I guess. I really want a high quality. The Ticonderoga pencils are pretty awesome. The black ones, or like the Blackwing pencils. Not gonna lie, the drawing is amazing, but this low-key reminds me of the face. All my links with all the shadows. Oh my god, you are right. It does look like that. That's cool though. What is your favorite color? At the moment, it is yellow. That is why my current sketchbook is a yellow. Random question. Who's your favorite YouTuber? I don't know. I really don't know. I like watch videos all over the place. I need to think about that really hard. Who do I watch? Who do I even watch on YouTube? Okay, let me go through my subscription feed. Who do I even watch? I watch a bunch of art YouTube content, but I wouldn't say that any of them is like necessarily my favorite. I really like Istabrak because she's just nice. Da, 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 da. So if there are any stores, are closing today, I go to them now, like, not to sit in the dark of the night. Everything has been, like, kind of shut down here for a while, but the stores were still open. But they're not gonna throw anything out here because China. How do you improve on drawing proportions? Studies, studies, studies. It's the answer nobody wants to hear, but it's the only way. Studies. Go on, line of action. Take pictures of yourself. Try to understand the human form. Artists everywhere, yes. I don't think they're Blackwing, but they're back. Okay, I've only heard of like the Blackwing pencils. I saw them in an art store when I was in Germany, and they're cool. I don't know why, but I thought of Handsome Squidward. Honestly, totally like legitimate thought. I can accept that. I know it's like my dog is barking like a superstar. I know it's like weird, a little gross, it doesn't sound right, but this means we won't be able to get those things until we're no longer quarantining. my favorite color is orange. Ooh, orange is nice too. Sea green. Isterbrack is the queen, yes. I think the thing about high quality supplies is the experience. Sometimes a product being more fun or smoother does make you better at art because of the mindset. That's true, but I think for pencil drawings, you won't really notice like a huge difference unless you... Stop barking, boy! He's about to go on a walk, so he's very much excited. But yeah, I think if you're just gonna use like an HB pencil, it doesn't really matter if it's high quality or not. And I've also noticed, usually having good paper is more important than having good supplies. Random fact on the side. I used to think watercolor was trash because my art teacher, way back, sorry, I'm yawning, raised by Crayola watercolors. Then I use a better quality watercolor set and I'm in love with it now. Yay! Handsome Squidward and almighty secret love child. That would be Deku. When I sharpen my pencils, my finger hurts. It gets annoying. One tip for anyone who's using pencils. Turn the sharpener and not the pencil because it will hurt less and it will spare your pencil from breaking. So on Animal Crossing chat, does anyone have peaches? My town fruit is peaches, in case you're watching right now. I love the chat. I get to meet people who love art as much as I do. I'm super shy, so this helps me boost my confidence. Yay, Red Velvet. There's 50 people here watching me ramble. Should I be scared? That's facts about paper though, lol. I know, right? Even though they're definitely better than me, it still boosts my confidence. I mean, that's something we need to kind of, like, generally, that artists need to get over to. It's something that I keep forgetting as well. It's that if you see someone who's better at art than you, a lot of people tend to say like, oh my god, I could never draw that. Oh my god, you're so good. Oh my god, I suck at art. And I just keep thinking like, you know, that person who is better than you, they put in more work than you beforehand as well. So you also need to remind yourself, like, they were at the same stage that you are at right now, that person you're looking up to, and they put in so much work. And you can do that too, you just need to put in the work as well. And yeah, I guess that is an important lesson, my dear children. Man, I'm just like whipping out my my art facts left and right. Make of them what you want, but I think it's important to remember. Also, if there's someone who like improved quicker than you in art, it might just be that you need to adjust the way you're learning art and the way you're studying, because someone can draw for 6 years and someone can draw for 2 years, and that person drawing only for 2 years can draw like 10 times better than that person who drew for 6 years, just because they approached it differently and studied in a more efficient way. So yeah, put in the good work and don't just draw random little anime faces on your paper and be like, oh my god, I'm studying art now. I'm sorry to break it to you, but that's not it. Okay. My dear children, I think you're probably like 10 years younger than me. Probably yes. If you're 26, then I would be 10 years younger than you. She is still a grandma at heart. You're all my art children, regardless of age though. My dog heard your dog barking and she started barking. Oh my god. The person I look up to is you. Jalapeno, you kill me. You can't see that, but I just yeeted myself to the back with my chair. Oh snap, you're closer to 20 years younger. Oh my god. That's pretty cool though. Still a grandma at heart. Okay, I shall continue with this. I've been not making a lot of progress on this. This should have been done in like 15 minutes, but I draw so slow on these live streams. Sadly I have to go now, but I will watch your videos. You're great at drawing. Don't stop doing this. Love you. Thank you, Tiffany. I think your dog wants to be on camera. Now he's already outside, ready to chase some cats. Okay. I think that's enough for this study, honestly. I'm gonna kind of shade in the background here just so we can get like that mid-tone Magic. And I'm gonna be really cheap and just smudge with my finger. I'm just gonna make this contrast smoother because there's not a lot here. And that shape is kind of... I keep finding stuff that I kind of missed, but you know what? I'm gonna step away from this one because if I look at it for too long, I'm gonna like stop seeing what I actually drew and just start seeing like lines and shit, so... I don't know, I feel like that's a really important thing. If you're drawing for a long time, step away from your drawing for a while because you're gonna start getting like tunnel vision for it and you won't see any mistakes. Okay, we're like the same age. Ooh, I feel like it's kind of interesting to see because when I look at... Oh, no! Okay, whatever. When I look at my YouTube analytics and like spy on you guys, okay, no. When I like check those out, I think my largest demographic of people is like between 18 and 26 years old or something. But on my live streams, I think there's a lot of people who are actually like a little bit younger than me, and I'm already pretty young. So 16, yeah. I still feel old though. Never pain until I step away from the sketch for a while and have so much. Yes. Hello, thank you for keeping us company during this madness. Do you have any tips on how to balance school and art and how to stay motivated? I tend to struggle with that quite a lot. I made a video on that, and you know what? It will always be a struggle. And staying motivated, I guess it's just when I feel I'm motivated, I just push myself to draw anyway, and then it will be like fun anyway. How old are you? 16? Yeah, I'm 16. She has a video on that, yeah. It's like, it's kind of difficult because it will always be difficult to balance school and art, but you just gotta live an organized life that is more or less organized, I guess, and you need to know what your priorities are, and that way you can make the art. I feel like I'm a little kid. Aww. I haven't been 16 for so long. I'm like a November kid, so yeah. I use a ruler to make my lines, especially the eyes, because I can't, for my life, draw the other eye because the eye looks different than the other eye. Yeah, so if you have trouble with the other eye, sorry to burst your bubble to anyone here, but it's also just a matter of like, you need to just practice more and actually understand how the eye works instead of just like drawing one eye really intensely and then being like, oh, no, I have to draw the other one. If you try to compose a drawing with like a face or something, like starts like I'm bad at explaining. Like what I do, I like draw the eye sockets really roughly, like here, and then I start drawing in the eye on like both sides. If you're having trouble with like drawing wonky eyes and all that stuff, like with basically anything, it's just that you need to learn about them more. And that's like not a bad thing because everyone was at that point once where they were like, oh, I can't draw this. But yeah, you can even draw one eye first and then go to the next one. But if you want them to look good together and look the same, then you need to learn more about eyes and how they work and about how the face works. So yeah, today is like a real talk stream. I'm a lot less serious about art than you though. I mean, I am pretty serious about art. Sometimes people are like, Yannicka, what are you doing? I definitely want to get into it. Yeah, I mean, of course, for a lot of people, it's not like that, they're that intensely into art, I guess. But, it still doesn't change that if you want to get to a certain point of like knowledge, you still need to put in the same work. There's no like bullshitting yourself around like drawing properly, and it kind of hurts, but that's just how it be sometimes. Like it's just the same with I don't know, biology in school. If you want to get an A on your test, even if you're not that into biology, you still need to put in that work to get to that knowledge, because with biology, if you don't know how it works, you can't explain it and you can't do the like do your answer your questions properly if there's like a, I don't know. I think you know what I mean. I'm definitely into it a lot. I'm just more of a beginner. I mean, I was a beginner too at one point. I mean, I feel like I'm still kind of not the best at it, but yeah. What? My sister's coming in. Sorry. Miss Yannicka, our sweet art teacher. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm still a noob. I feel like I might be like, okay. So if I think about it, I think I'm not like on the average drawing level. For people who say that they're draw, I think I'm like intermediate for sure. Because like I did put in a certain amount of work, but I think me as well, there's still a lot to learn, and I think anyone can get to the point that I am for sure, because this is not like that much if you think about it. Love does support, no toxic is allowed. Yes. Love how chill the stream is. I feel like I'm being really harsh in this stream. And I'm kind of sorry, but that sounded very Canadian. But I don't know. I don't want to tell you guys stuff just that will like sound good and be like, oh yeah, okay, art is gonna be you can crap yourself around making good art. I don't want to lie to you guys, so I'm just gonna be real with it, because I think lying about that stuff and being like, oh yeah, there's a hack way to get around everything, I feel like that's just lying, and it's not gonna help anyone. So honesty is the best policy. Yeah, you're right, Missy. You're on your way to professionalism, though. Thank you, I hope to be. Let me get out some more references. We stand real people. Glad you guys think so. Okay, what do we draw next? Do we want to do some blind contour drawings for like a little bit of a practice? Because I think after doing this thing, we can do something more fun. I mean, this was fun, but like something more silly. So let me see. Maybe I can get like, do I have a picture? A good picture that I can draw? You're a big sister to me? Oh my gosh. I think wait, let me see. I need to get a reference. Pinterest, don't disappoint me, please. Don't do it. Oh, okay. Okay, I got one. So what I'm gonna do now is doing some contour drawing. So I'm just gonna look at the picture without looking at the paper, and I'm gonna try to draw this face. This is basically to practice drawing what you actually see instead of drawing what you think you see, which is a big problem, my dude, let me tell you. Which kind of pencil do you prefer? Mechanical or traditional? Probably traditional, but mechanical pencils are cool too. Also using references for anything that troubles you has saved lives. Exactly. If you don't know what to draw, or like how to draw something, then you just don't know it. And how are you gonna draw something that you don't know? So get a reference so you know. Easy, but facts. Okay, I'm gonna start drawing this now, so let me zoom out a bit. Feel free to laugh at me now, because this is probably gonna turn out really hideous, but it's just to, as if you're like looking at the drawing and tracing it with your hand without looking at the paper to get the line that you actually see. In my art class, we had to draw our hands by looking at our hands the whole time and not the paper. Yeah. My art teacher used to mess up my art and tell me she was fixing it every time I turned something in. Oh my god. To get better at art, do you think you have to get good at realism? You don't need to get perfect realism. Like, you don't need to draw hyper-realism to get really good at art, but I think you need to understand how it works, at least, in order to get really good at art. Like, if you can't, for example, if you get a reference and you can't kind of, I mean, this is not perfect, there's a lot of mistakes in this, but if you can't break something down and kind of see how the shapes work and know how to, I mean, realistically draw something like that and actually kind of understand like how the bone structure works and how it looks and stuff, then I think you're never gonna get beyond a certain level. You can, of course, learn to improve like the way you draw your stylized stuff, but I think that stylized art will never break through a certain point. Like you're gonna get stuck at some point because you just can't go beyond what you can do without knowing what reality looks like. That was really confusing. Maybe I hope you kind of understood what I said there. It's kind of difficult to explain, and I am again really bad at explaining. You'd have an art class in your school. My art classes are kind of useless, not gonna lie. Okay, so I'm actually gonna get drawing on started on the contour drawing now. Okay, time to laugh at Yannicka. Where we go? Just really concentrating. I also can't look at the chat right now, so I apologize. The nose in this drawing is, I think it has makeup on it, so it looks really weird. I'm probably like drawing the mouth like really like low on the face or something. Let's draw the hair. That was gonna be a fun one, man. I can't see what you guys are saying. Because you can see what I'm drawing, but I can't. Wait, let me move this. I feel like it's probably a little bit out of frame. Because I'm drawing pretty high on the page. She has like giant buns, this chick. Like curly ass giant buns. Okay, time to look. Whoa! That is amazing. Yes, but honestly, the nose is pretty good. Like it has this shape, man. Okay. You can't break rules until you know what the rules are. Yes, you are right. Okay. Let me catch up on the chat. You've grown so much this year with your channel and art. Thank you, Renee. Time for existential crisis. Beauty. What the? Fabulous. This must be really weird returning to. Oh Lord. You just hands down recreated the Mona Lisa. This is art, yes. Breathtaking. Leonardo da Vinci. Who? I mean, girl. Ultimate hyperrealism, I must say, yes. Dang, she got skills. Trying a variety of thickness in my line art. Do you have any tips? Just try it. I don't know. It depends on what you want to draw. It should be sold for millions of dollars. Okay, can I throw some shade at Picasso though? Like, I'm sorry, but some of this stuff, I'm just like, sorry, what? Me scusi? Like, no. Like, I don't know. I feel like some of those things I could draw by like not looking at the paper, and then I'm like, here, sell this for $1 billion. I think billion. I feel like some of this stuff really just gets sold because of the name, but you know. Tips on growing an art following. Consistently put up BIA content. That's just, I don't know. That's just all I can think of. I just found a really cool picture. Time to draw that with being blind and ruining this beautiful lady's face. Okay, you know what? I don't want to be the only one doing contour drawing, so I'm gonna share the reference that I found in the Discord right now. And you guys are gonna draw along with me if you want to or not, and it's gonna be a contour drawing, so don't cheat, don't look at the paper, just look at the picture. Let's draw this, okay? I posted it in the references section of the Discord. If you want to join the Discord, use the link in the description box. Okay, so I'm gonna draw this chick now without looking at the paper. Once more. I'm gonna not draw like the makeup stuff because that's just gonna be very confusing. I'm like in a hyper concentration mode right now. I can't really talk. I'm gonna try to draw in her hand as well, why not? Okay. Oh, you know what? I just realized. I think I forgot to draw the nose. Fuck. Wait. Okay, I need to. I feel like the eyebrow was here. Just gonna try and do this. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Now that looks like a Picasso drawing, my dude. What's happening? Oh my god, nobody. We're drawing contour drawings without looking at the paper. So this is a face I drew without looking at the paper, just looking at a photo. Fun. I just had a mental breakdown doing this. Ah. Oh my god, this makes me smile. I mean, honestly, it's a good practice though, because you're really like, just draw what you see and nothing else. Okay. Ooh, are you guys gonna share pictures? Yes. Ooh, Steph, you drew the reference that I posted before. That's really cool. Scribbles. Thanks for joining in with me, Emery. I really appreciate it. Okay. So we did some studies, and oh my god, it's like been over an hour already, and I think little Yannicka has to go get some breakfast now. So we made 3 pieces today. We'll rank from worst to best. So this is definitely the worst. Then we have this one, which I mean is okay, and then we have this, which is like the most beautiful thing I've ever drawn. So I'm sorry, Liz. I'm sorry. It took too long. I'll join next pick. I think I'm gonna end it here because I'm starving and I'm really hungry and I'm gonna make my food. So, yeah. So, if anyone else did the contour drawing or is still doing it, feel free to share it here. Bye bye. Take care. See you, my rad worms. I'm sorry, nobody. But I really gotta go eat some food. I might do another stream tomorrow if I can. Go eat something, yeah, I shall. I'm probably gonna make like a rice bowl with egg again and some peas because that's all I eat and I just love it for breakfast, so yeah. I will keep you guys posted on the 10K special and hopefully I'll see you in the next stream. Bye bye, Egg Cult members. See you guys. Put all the cat emojis in the chat. Yeah, there we go. Oh, sorry, Tiffany. I'm ending the stream right now. I'm sorry. Egg cold. Yes. Vegetables for breakfast. Yeah, I always eat like, or like not always, but I like eating hearty food for breakfast. How do you do the cats? There's like a smiley face thing next to the chat bar. Art gallery. Okay, let me check it out. Awesome. Okay, actually gotta go now, so bye bye, peeps. Bye. Look at this. We'll end the stream on this note.